With events starting for the Disc Golf Pro Tour, it's time for me to give you my power rankings. We're going over MPO power rankings today, and basically what that means is guys that I think are going to perform well for the next month of the season. Maybe 2 events, 3 events, 4 events, but these are guys that I think are hot right now, and their game plays well at the tournaments upcoming. This is the first event of the year. A lot of these guys are going to be on my power rankings just because they are the best and I think they're going to perform the best. These power rankings probably will be a little bit more fluid, and we will see guys rise and fall a lot quicker based on previous outcomes and the tournaments coming up. So first up, some honorable mentions. We've got guys like Anthony Brella, who killed it in the distance competition, Antela, Gossage. Those are guys who had great years last year. And I think they're going to be in contention for wins this year. Another name that I wanted to bring up was Parker Welk. He has been scorching hot to start the year, picking up wins at Shelly Sharp and I think it was La Mirada. So with his win last year, he has really put in the work. He's somebody else to watch out for. So getting into the top 10, we have at number 10, Isaac Robinson. Now, you might be thinking I'm crazy having him this low, but to start off last season, he didn't actually get a top 20 finish until April. So his first 4 or 5 events, he struggled. I mean, he was finishing 25th, 54th, and I think 80th. He struggled coming into the season last year. I'm a little worried that's the same because it's the same courses. So I've got him a little bit lower down, even though in the world rankings, my overall rankings, he is higher up on the list. But I think other guys just come into the season a little bit more hot. Courses fit their game a little bit better. There's a little bit more distance here, and that's an area where Isaac falls behind against some of these other names. So Isaac Robinson here at number 10. Simon Lizotte comes in my ranking at number 9. He is a very streaky player, but these courses definitely fit his game. Came out hot last season and picked up a win within the first 4 events. He also had a second place finish there in Texas. So I think Simon comes out of the gates hot and picks up, I don't know if he's going to pick up another win, but he definitely will be in that top echelon of players. Probably see him on a lead card or 2. Coming in number 8 is Cole Redalin. He went on a stretch at the end of last season where I think he was a top 10 4 out of the last 9 events, and I think that continues. His distance is phenomenal, and these Texas courses really benefit players who can throw far. We saw him on lead card going into the final day at the Open of Austin last season, and I would not be surprised to see that again. Next up, Robot Chicken, Chris Dickerson, and this probably is the biggest surprise on this list. He did not have a great year last year, but I'm chalking that up to his disc manufacturer change. I think switching manufacturers actually is a bigger deal than most people think, and him taking the year, he just had a down year. He put in the work. We saw him during the All-Star event crush the accuracy challenge, and I think he is feeling much better about his bag this year than he was last year, and I expect him to be competitive again. Number 6 on the list is Ganon Bur. Last year, he came into the season with some controversy around his manufacturer. This year, he's got a new one. Hopefully that gives him a little bit more peace of mind coming into the season, knowing what he's going to be throwing. He did take a win at Open of Austin last year, so he can definitely perform well early in the season. Ganon Bur fits here at 6. A little worried about him not knowing his bag super great, just quite yet, but he's a super talented player, absolutely deserves to be in the top 10, and should shred on these courses. We'll see him on a lead card or 2, absolutely. Number 5 is Mr. Paul McBeth himself. I think he's going to have a good showing. He is still nursing the shoulder injury a bit, but in the press conference, he did say he was feeling fine. He just doesn't have that max distance. Though I did say these courses benefit from max distance guys. I still think McBeth, his course there in Florida, and then he always plays well in Texas as well. I think his game will be fine. He also doesn't have the wear on his body that a full season does. And so I actually think he might slow down mid to late season if he's still nursing this injury, just because right now he's coming into the season fresh. He hasn't had to travel, those type of things. So I think this might be the highest we see him on the power rankings, but he definitely deserves to be here right now. Number 4 is Matty O. Matty O is one of my favorite players. Dude is super consistent, and this is his like cream of the crop, where it performs best in the South, Florida, Texas, Louisiana, that whole area. Matty O generally plays pretty dang well. He got his contract extension over the offseason as well with Westside Discs, and I just think he's going to come into the season hot and do what Matty O does, get top 10 after top 10 after top 10. So Matty O, number 4 on my list. Now to the big 3. We've got Kyle Klein coming in at number 3. Kyle Klein is a phenomenal disc golfer, and these courses set up for his game, I think, really, really well. The last 3 seasons, he's only finished outside of the top 20 one time in the month of March, and that was a 25th place finish. He always comes into the season ready to go, ready to play, and so that's why he is number 3 on my list here for the power ranking. Top 2 guys are pretty obvious at this point. We have number 2, Richard Wysocki, who generally dominates the Texas swing of things, and Calvin Heimberg, who is just the best player in the world right now. He's also playing in Florida for the first event, which is where he's from. So like these 2 guys being at the top should be no surprise to anybody. They will probably be in the power rankings, in the top 10 power rankings the entire year. I'll be very surprised to see them not here as long as they are healthy. So there are my power rankings. Again, this is just for like the first month of the season. We've got 3-4 events here coming up, and these are the guys that I think are going to perform the best during that time frame. So thank you for watching. I'm very excited for the season to start. If you guys want weekly power rankings and other Disc Golf Pro Tour content, make sure like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, controversies, anything like that, drop a comment. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm right. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.